Little known fact, since we're streaming live on Facebook right now, we always record the podcast, and then we say stick around for the outro, and then we record the intro right after it, and it always amuses me.
That's right.
So this is the intro to the Super Divorce Supercast.
And we do that just to let people know what's coming.
Yeah.
What you can expect on this episode.
There's a lot to expect on this episode. I feel like there's a... It doesn't take us a while to get going. We just kind of have, like, here and there conversation a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then, as I said, we start streaming on Facebook and things kind of pick up towards the end.
Yeah.
But we talk about... We launched with some Bible talk. Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But we were trying to convert the Bible into a comic book, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And we talked about video games, and we talked about Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm. Po' boy sandwiches.
Po' boy sandwiches. And Hollywood.
Yeah.
For a bit.
Hollywood, sex scandals.
Yeah, we need to, when we wrap this, though, we need to watch the Infinity War trailer.
Okay, we'll do that.
So it's a good episode, I think.
Yeah.
Not if you want to, you definitely should check us out all over the internet. Start at superdivorceme.com. That's our mother base. There you can check out the Superstore, where we've got CDs, cassettes, t-shirts, stickers, and buttons, all available for you to buy. Cool Super Divorce merchandise.
And you should do that.
And you should do that because we, spend a lot of money on it. And we'd like to make some back.
Yeah.
But, and we also want to get our cool music out to you because we hope, or we think you'll enjoy it. It's just so fun. It's so fun.
Guarantee you will.
Yeah. Also, make sure you are following us on Facebook because I guess from now on, now you're going to get cool live feeds.
Just like this.
Just like this. Because
Mark Zuckerberg is incentivizing that.
Yeah, rolling in his grave. So follow us on Facebook.com/SuperDivorce.
I just saw a sparkle flutter across the screen.
It was me. I'm a sparkle.
Oh, okay.
Follow us on Twitter
at
SuperDivorce and Instagram at SuperDivorceBand, which every week we say we need to do more with, and then we never do. But you should follow us anyways.
We'll post a picture right after this.
Yeah, we'll post a picture right after this. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram at BenderButt, and follow me on Twitter because I'm trying really hard at BenderButts. And if you want to follow this gentleman, I'm pointing, and if you follow us on Facebook, you can see me point at him because we're streaming. If you want to follow this gentleman, just go to any social media website and look up at Nicholas Villars. And if he's there, he's there, and if not, go fuck yourself.
Sorry.
Also Steam at Venom_Villars.
And we can play video games together.
Yeah, you guys can play video games with Nick.
Yeah.
So here comes the Super Divorce Supercast. So please look forward to it.
Please look forward to this episode. Chef.
Enjoy, chefs.
We are not getting a divorce.
We are not getting a divorce. We are not getting a divorce.
Hey man, welcome to the Super Divorce Supercast. This is Villars speaking.
And Bender here on this day of days.
Is it the day of days?
No, it's just it's a Thursday.
What do you think of when you hear day of days? Is that a good or bad
I think of
connotation?
Jesus, honestly.
You think when Jesus comes back, that's the day, of days?
Yeah. When he comes back the second time to bring about the apocalypse, that's the day of days.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just like, that's what you get for being raised Catholic.
But if Jesus did come back now, it still wouldn't be the day of days yet. Right?
I don't think so. Is he supposed to be back for so long?
Doesn't he come back and then there's the rapture, and then after that there's like
The
Hell on-
7 years of hell.
hell on earth and shit, and then it's like, all right, we're good,
I guess.
and everyone.
I don't know. We, Bible school never studied the rapture.
Oh,
We never in my Catholic school teachings did we dive into Revelations.
really?
Really.
Because I feel like that's like
The coolest part.
Yeah, it's like the M-rated part
Yeah,
of the Bible.
it is.
Not this. It's pretty. It's pretty. What would you say? Serious book in parts.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the grand finale.
Yeah, that's where you get the war of angels and demons and
Yeah.
7-headed dragons
Yeah.
and,
Which I feel like is an unfortunately, I wouldn't say forgotten, but no one ever talks about it in relation to Christianity, that there's like dragons and shit. Like,
yeah.
And
the 4 horsemen and
yeah,
all
there's a
that
lot
kind
of cool,
there is cool shit
Cool
in
shit in there.
Revelations.
but no one talks about
I've
it.
never read Revelation. I never read the Bible anyways.
Like Jesus has a flaming sword that comes out of his mouth, and like,
Yeah, Michael is like a general for the angels and shit.
mm-hmm. That would be a cool book to see turned into a graphic novel.
More of a straight adaptation versus like just taking inspiration from Revelations. Like This Is the End, that movie. Or yeah.
Yeah, but done like in the style, because you've got graphic novel versions of like a bunch of other mythologies. So
Right.
maybe it's been done, but I don't know if any, like if Image did it or something.
Yeah.
And it was like, maybe it had like so people didn't get pissed off, you could even have it written by like, maybe a Catholic scholar or something, or theologian who's also sweet and like into comics and shit. So
Right.
it's not like you don't get like a watered down version.
Right. I feel like no matter who wrote it, though, Catholics, Christians, whoever, would just like get butthurt because you're showing exactly what the Bible says, and then people would just be like, "Oh, they believe in dragons,"
Well, there's no like, people do it with the other stories. Like, how many illustrated Noah's Ark books are out there?
Yeah.
But to have like a badass graphic novel version of Revelations, I feel like
That would be pretty cool. I'd buy it.
I think it'd be cool.
I'd buy
so, I'd check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Yeah. Somebody, maybe Grant Morrison should write Revelations.
Or Kevin Smith, because he's
Kevin
Catholic.
Smith would be cool. That's a better idea.
I bet he would.
Grant Morrison was just like the first writer name that popped into my head.
He would do a good job, I think. But
Kevin Smith would do a good job. I bet you Kirkman would do a cool job with it.
mm-hmm.
I like the idea of Kevin Smith doing it because I really liked Daredevil Visionaries.
Yeah.
And that kind of has like a religious spin on it. I mean, Daredevil's a very religious character.
Yeah.
Anyways, but
And it's lots of cool imagery in that Visionaries book too.
yeah. So I liked that one a lot.
So, if you're like a mover and shaker and you're listening, light bulb.
Yeah. Get Kevin Smith to write Revelations. Maybe he should just make it into a movie, though. As well as, like, he could do a comic first and then adapt his own comic into the movie of Revelations. He could have the book of Revelations and then the movie of Revelations. Yeah. And then the TV show of Revelations.
TV show. The Netflix series.
Kevin Smith's Netflix series of Revelations. Kevin Smith's movie of Revelations.
If it did well, there'd be a bunch of knockoffs too.
Yeah.
Just like when the new Beauty and the Beast movie came out, there was another one that came out like shortly after or before. I just saw it the other day, like
Really?
at the store, and I couldn't even tell you who's in it, but it was
Normally
like
those movies come out like before.
Yeah, Transmorphers. I think we've talked about that.
There was an Avatar that like had nothing to do with either the Nickelodeon show or the James Cameron movie. It was called it was called Avatar. It's just like
Mhm.
straight called Avatar, but
just not
just
any
not
Avatar you've ever heard of.
Yeah, just not that. Those movies are so funny. Transmorphers. It sounds like that makes it sound like all the robots in that movie are like transgendered. Transmorpher.
Yeah.
That's the big twist in Transmorphers is that like the lead robot is like this big, dude hero the whole time. And at the very end of the movie, he leans down to his human counterpart and is like, "I want to trade my exhaust pipe for an intake manifold."
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. Yeah.
He
that.
finally spells it at the end, and you're like,
Oh shit!
Oh god!
Optimus Prime. And Megantron.
Oh.
Well, we skipped right over it because we already started, but beer me.
Beer me.
Cheers.
What are we drinking?
Hokoveza. Yeah.
From Stone?
Stone, yeah. Stone Brewing Company. I'm pretty sure an X in Mexican is like an H sound. So Hokoveza. I don't know. I could be wrong. In Spanish, not in Mexican. Imperial Stout, inspired by Mexican hot chocolate. This is a stout brewed with cocoa, coffee, peppers, vanilla, cinnamon, and nutmeg. There's a lot on the... God, again. There's a lot on the back
there's
of this
a lot.
cylinder.
Yeah.
You want me to... Would you like to read it this time?
Didn't they do a thing in school where like you would read up to a certain point
Bump.
and someone else would... Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'll let you know.
To make sure that everyone's following along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stone Hokoveza, a tradition too special to skip. And then this is to the side, but it's in the same color writing.
It is.
Drink fresh or age at cellar temp.
So if we put this in your basement and let it sit there?
Yeah, that would be okay.
Okay.
I wonder if then you're supposed to... I guess you could still... Okay. Drink fresh. How fresh?
Yeah, like
It's not
it's
fresh.
been bottled at
Yeah.
at a brewery and sent out to a store.
It's too late for that.
Yeah, like it's not even... Why put it on there? You bitches.
It should have just said, age at cellar temp. We can't drink this fresh. You literally can't do the first thing it tells you to do. So all we have left now is that we could age it at cellar temp.
Oh, well.
Oh, okay.
Eh.
There's nothing like making a beer so beloved that people feel compelled to campaign for its return.
So in the spirit of the holiday season, we are very pleased to give our fans the #1 item on their wish list.
As illustrated by the avalanche of social media requests, that is Stone Hokoveza, an insanely delicious take on Mexican hot chocolate brewed with cocoa, coffee, pasilla peppers, vanilla, cinnamon, and nutmeg.
First brewed in 2014 with San Diego homebrewer Chris Banker after his recipe won our annual homebrew competition. This imperial stout is layered with smooth roastiness, semi-sweet chocolate, and a touch of spice. Thanks entirely
To you, this creamy mocha stout has gone from initially being a
one-time offering to a yearly tradition. Happy holidays from all of us to all of you, and
feel free to continue enjoying it
long into the spring and
summer as this
gem
will
age
beautifully
and is definitely
not
exclusive to
the
winter season. That was a lot. That's a lot on a bottle.
it is all on there, and some specialty beers don't even give you a sentence.
No.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I feel like if you're able to put this on a bottle, like, this is embarrassing to everyone. Well, it embarrasses everyone else.
Yeah.
Is what it should do.
Yeah, yeah.
well, not everyone, but everyone who chooses not to put any sort of description of their beer on the bottle.
That one, was it like Cedar Brewing or something? The cans that were white.
Yeah.
There's just like nothing. There was nothing
Yeah.
on the can.
Yeah. I don't know if they're trying to be artsy. But it's like, we don't want to say too much.
We want to protect the integrity of our beer
I feel
without
like
giving away too many secrets.
I like a story.
Yeah, I do too.
It's kind of like the Chipotle cup.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So we're drinking this Hokaveza.
We started drinking this down in the basement because we went downstairs and we actually jammed around just a little bit.
Yeah, we're jamming. And we hope you like jamming too. Like jam as in I sat behind the drums and Nick got on bass and we just sort of like fucked around.
We did like a... If you would have walked down into the basement, you would have thought that we were like a Red Hot Chili Peppers Rage Against the Machine style band.
Yeah.
Because that's like what we were playing.
We were a punk band for about 10 minutes.
For 10, yeah. Then we did a little Doom.
Yeah,
Just a little bit
we did
of
some
kinda
doom metal.
And then I feel like we kind of hit a groove on a... Like that stuff is just...
It's
You just keep doing it over and over.
right during our last little ditty, I got a not Pantera, a Primus feel a little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I was starting to move around a little bit.
Yeah.
On the fretboard.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like you started to increase the intensity a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the thing is like you get one of those grooves going and you could just keep playing it a little bit louder and a little bit louder every pass through.
Yeah.
Then you're really jamming on it and the crowd's going wild.
That's when the magic happens.
Yeah.
Speaking of magic, I think it's hilarious and kind of magical that we're gonna start working on a new music video here soon, and I just think serendipitous is a good word, that the first person that made a music video for us was named Nick, and then the second person making a music video for us is named Zach.
Hey, I didn't notice that until just now.
And I was just like,
yeah,
there you go. Like the universe is just like sending us, here you go, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
we're lining you right up.
Yeah. I thought that was fun.
We only work with people who have the same name as us.
Only ever will we work with Nicks and Zachs.
Sorry, Josh, we cannot come back to you.
No longer. Yeah.
Didn't we recorded with a guy named Nick, didn't we? Wasn't that his name?
Oh, the first guy in Columbus?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think.
Right?
I think his name, Nick, I can't remember his last name. Why I can't remember his last name because I have not thought about it in ages. So that's why I answered my own question. I was curious as to why I couldn't remember it, and now I know why. It's because I haven't thought about it for probably over 2 years.
Yeah. I think it was Nick, though. His name was Nick.
I know that much.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, well.
So what's going on?
Well, over the weekend I had a very fun experience playing Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Biohazard.
Mm-hmm. On the Ver.
Yeah. Whipped right through it.
The whole thing?
Yeah, in like 2 days.
Damn.
Which I don't do very often these days, but I started playing it, and well, I found out when I fired it up, it was somewhat pixelated, you know, like the VR is not the same resolution as your TV, but it's even worse if you have the original PlayStation 4 and not the Pro.
Oh,
it's not necessarily optimized for the VR.
Uh-huh.
And I found that out when I started playing it, and at first I was like, oh, this is going to be unbearable. But then I like just started playing it, and it just like totally left my mind.
Uh-huh.
And after a while I was like, oh man, this is so cool, because it is. It's awesome.
Right.
Just especially once you get inside of the house where the majority of the game takes place. It's
Mhm.
just like, it's awesome. It's up there, probably tied with Resident Evil 4 for my favorite Resident Evil game I've played. I think I got through it in about 12 or 13 hours, something like that. So I pretty much just like stayed up really late 2 nights in a row.
Right.
And yeah. But I would recommend, if you haven't played it yet, have you?
Not a bit.
Well, if you can hold off to play it on the VR, I would highly recommend it.
Really.
Because it was really good. I imagine it would still be great to play just regular, but playing and having that mechanic of being able to look around for things, you know, and there's like stuff that you could never do when you're using a controller, like, you know, you're in a room and there's a fireplace. I mean, I don't think there's any way to do it if you're not using VR, but like you can like put your head inside the fireplace and like look up the chimney and shit like that, you know, and like get to places that you obviously could not go if you were just using the thumbsticks.
Right.
So it adds like a new dimension to it that's really neat. And then also being able to like creep up to like the corner of a hallway, you know, and like look around and
Actually look around.
Yeah.
Versus like, you know, if a game doesn't have a like back against the wall feature and you're just trying to hide around the corner, it's like it's impossible. You can't do it effectively.
Especially with the first person game.
Uh-huh.
So I was thinking about that. I was like, man, because you have to hide at certain points. And it's like, this would be really, really difficult to do if you didn't have the ability to just like, you know, like, and really look around things and look through cracks, you know, that you just couldn't get to if you were trying to maneuver with a controller.
Right.
So, yeah, I think the VR is definitely the way to play it. So, high praise.
Yeah.
Are you playing anything right now?
I've been kind of just messing around on Battlefront.
You're getting your Switch, though.
Yep, tomorrow. I'm getting a Switch tomorrow.
So you're going to go with Odyssey?
Probably.
You going to get Zelda, too?
I don't know. I mean, we've talked about it before. Odyssey was like what I was waiting on.
Yeah.
You know, so. And then, you know, next thing I'll probably wait on is Metroid. Whenever that.
Do you think
out.
you'll get Skyrim?
I don't know. I'll get Doom. If they release Wolfenstein, I'll get it.
Mm-hmm.
Saw they have Resident Evil Revelations collection for Switch.
Do they?
I saw it at Walmart.
Oh, I haven't even seen that.
Like, it was like not in the... It was in the case, but it was like on the bottom shelf, just like laying there. I mean, if it's there when I go pick up my Switch tomorrow, I might get that.
I heard both of those are really good, but I've never played them.
Yeah, I might get those. You know, depending. But I really, 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 really want Odyssey.
Odyssey's really fun.
I just... Mario games are... You know, ever since beating Sunshine, like, that's the only Mario game I've ever beaten.
Yeah.
But, like, just since beating Sunshine, I'm just like, man, they're so fun. Mario is, like, the last great platformer out there.
And the Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle is really fun, too.
Yeah.
If you ever get into, like, turn-based games.
Mm-hmm.
But the good thing about Mario is, like, I'm also playing The Witcher 2 on PC, finally. And, like, the good thing about Mario games is you can still just... I could play it for 15 minutes before bed. And it's not one of those games where I feel like I can only be playing that. But I wouldn't want to play 2 games like The Witcher at the same time.
Oh, no.
Or, you know, or even Resident Evil and The Witcher at the same time. I like to have like one serious game to focus on, and then games like Mario you can just pick up and play and I'm gonna collect a few power moons and then it's a good session.
Right, that's it. I mean, even playing 3D World with Lazarus, I'm like, if I had a Wii U, I would definitely play this game. as much as like I think no, I only played a little bit of 3D World, but I think Odyssey seems more in line with Sunshine and Mario 64.
Yeah.
Where you kind of have like an overworld that you can roam around in, and then you, whereas like 3D World just had a map that that you just go from level to level. Which, I mean, I get it. It's the whole it's the same basic thing, but I just think there's still a difference between having a map where you can only go in a straight line to the next level versus like having this like sort of minimal open world to sort of roam around in.
Yeah, it's more like Mario 64, and like you said, the 3D World is set up more like Mario 3.
Yeah.
Going around the map or Super Mario World.
You can't find, there's no like just like secret things like, running around the castle in Mario 64 and figuring out how to get into the basement. Draining the moat to like go into the secret chamber under the moat. And all that kind of stuff, like, and Sunshine was the same way, getting up onto rooftops and finding secret levels and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm looking forward to in Odyssey. Plus the graphics are just stunning.
So, trying to think about some band-related items. Did we mention... I think we talked about shipping out all the Indiegogo stuff last week.
Yeah.
Just waiting on vinyls now. And really ramping up advertising and stuff on Facebook, and that's having some good returns so far.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. It's been really good.
Yeah.
Actually.
Where we were sitting at like, I don't know. It was like a struggle to make it to 500 likes on our Facebook page after like 2 years, but then I found a secret. And it's not fake. It's not fake news that we have as many likes as we do. Those are real people. So that's what you get when you're on Too Sweet Records.
Yeah, we had 500 likes, and now within the last week and a half, now we have 13,500.
Yeah.
Not 1,300, but 13,500. It's crazy.
Having some good engagement on posts.
Yep.
That's good.
People have been commenting here and there.
Commenting, liking without boosting posts, which is nice. Because like before, to get like 10 likes, you'd have to put some money on it. That's what they want you to do, because they like to hide that stuff. They don't make it easy for us musicians on the Facebook.
No, they do not.
That's why the ratio is still kind of absurd when you think that we've got like 13,000 likes, and I'm excited because 20 people like a post.
Yeah.
But
right.
It's like that's 20 likes we would have had to pay for.
Otherwise.
That we're not, because we've got so many people who've liked our page now. So it's just kind of it sucks that all those people who take the time to like your page don't get to see your posts. Most of them, it's like only a small minority actually are shown your stuff unless you pay for it. So I don't know.
It's ridiculous, but
I mean, it's good. It's good that the tool is there. I'll say that, because it allows people who do want to take their destiny into their own hands to make something, but at the same time, it would be much nicer if it was just free.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like just like not a lot's going on.
You got a haircut.
I did get a haircut. Yep.
Did you go to the local barber shop, or did you visit like a chain? Sports Clips.
I wouldn't say it was a barber shop. It was a salon.
A salon.
The place Lindsay goes to. This girl named Lily.
Mm.
She cut it.
Which salon? Michael's?
Gypsy Rose.
Gypsy Rose. Where's that?
It is in Dayton, off of Watervliet.
Hmm.
I believe. It's very small. Just like there's like 3 chairs in the whole thing. But we just went up there and
Well, looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress because I was cutting my own hair for so long and I sort of fucked it up.
Mm.
It looked fine for the most part, but to get the style that I want, I fucked it up. So it's just has to be wider.
Ah, I see.
And all like that, and then shave up the sides and and then it'll be. So it's kind of just a process to grow.
So you went
out.
too skinny with the mohawk region.
Yeah. So and then cutting it, that you couldn't really do any kind of style with it.
Yeah.
Any kind of styling requires having a wider mohawk, so to speak. So.
You said it's on Watervliet?
Watervliet, yeah.
I always thought that was a very strange name.
So do I.
It's the VL.
Uh-huh.
That's a strange combo. Vliet.
Uh-huh.
Fleet?
No, Vliet.
No, I'm just saying fleet. It rolls right off.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to say fleet.
Uh-huh.
But the Vliet.
Watervliet.
What do you think a Watervliet is?
I have no idea.
It kind of sounds like some sort of scary monster.
A Watervliet?
Watch out for the Watervliets when you go down to the river.
Yeah.
There are Watervliets roaming around. They like the murky.
Yeah.
Murky, foggy, misty, sort of. Watervliety area.
Watervliety. Yeah.
What do you think a Watervliet would look like?
I am having a hard time picturing anything other than a swamp, like a man thing, like the creature man thing, something like that, or it could be something sleeker,
I was just gonna say, I think it would be skinnier than your traditional creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
Maybe there could be there'd be 2 kinds, and one's short and the other one's very tall and lanky. Well, they're both lanky.
Yeah,
but one's maybe 4 feet tall, and the other one could grow up to 7 or 8 feet. Like a super vleet.
Yeah. It almost sounds like a type of snake too, like a vleet viper,
Vleet.
water vleet viper.
The Watervliet viper.
Yeah.
So that'd be the scientific background
Yeah.
where the monster came from.
Yeah.
Maybe the Watervliet viper is it's either, if you want to go with a scientific approach, it has some mutagen of some sort spilled into the river. And the Watervliet vipers turned into the Watervliets.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 4 foot tall ones.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happens to the.
Then there's rumors, but that by evolution or something over millions of, no, it can't be millions of years because it's toxic waste.
What if it's once they eat human flesh?
They turn into super vleet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that too close to Gremlins?
No.
No.
I mean.
Well, they always say animals don't attack. Animals don't become bloodthirsty until they've had human blood. And then they become, ravenous. They won't kill humans unless they taste their blood. That's a bear thing, I think.
Mm.
Not that they won't kill humans, but it's just Like if a bear, if you antagonize a bear and it kills you, then that bear is more likely to kill the next person without being provoked or being, like it'll go on the hunt for people.
It's
rather
like, oh
than,
shit, that was good.
Yeah,
then,
yeah. Like rather than defending its territory or something like that, it'll start hunting for people.
Fair enough.
That's what I've heard in the past. Whether it's from sources, whether it's true or not is, I guess.
People say that
if a bear eats a person, then they start hunting people.
That's really the most ridiculous, like, reason to believe anything.
People say.
Yeah, people say. It's like, well, people can say anything.
Yeah.
Whatever
they want. They can say whatever they want.
Yeah. You can say whatever you want. Anything that comes to mind, you can say it. And if a few people say it, then someone else could use that as, like, proof
that people say things.
Yeah. Who says?
People. Did you see the Infinity War trailer?
No.
Oh man. I don't think the trailer is like I think it's a very average trailer.
Yeah.
But just the idea, like thinking about what this movie means. Not its message, but the amount of actors and the amount of characters that have gone from being comic book staples to like societal staples now, even more so than they were before. Like, people have always known Captain America, even if they didn't read comics, but now people that don't read comics like Captain America, they have a favorite superhero and they've never touched a comic book in their life.
Yeah.
This movie is just like there's not been a movie like it.
Ever?
Maybe. But like the only other one that I can really think of is like, you remember that movie 42? It was basically a movie of Robot Chicken sketch. It wasn't actual Robot Chicken sketches, but it was just sketches. The whole movie was just little sketches that sort of had like a little bit to do with each other.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, there's this movie.
Okay.
It's called Movie 42. It's like...
Hold on, I think I know... Was it supposed to be like a really like off-the-wall comedy? Just like really raunchy and...
It's just little sketches.
Yeah.
Back to back to back that I think kind of have something to do with each other, but not really.
Okay.
But it's just like fucking chock full of celebrities.
Yeah.
Just like everyone and their brother is in this movie, right? I feel like that watching the Avengers trailer, but it's like, this isn't some silly off the wall, how many stars can we pack into this comedy type movie. Yeah. This is like every single person in this movie is like a fucking A-list actor, and they've been playing the same characters for like 10 years or whatever, I don't know. And they're so established and people love these actors for these characters, among others.
Yeah.
But the caliber of the movie, I don't think that there's been something quite to this caliber ever.
Hopefully, all of these actors can keep their noses clean. Obviously, because that could these days.
Yeah.
Tomorrow news could break and the whole movie could be ruined. The entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people went lukewarm on Justice League
Yeah.
partially because of that stuff that came out about Affleck.
Oh, I didn't even hear anything about Affleck.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
He had sex stuff come up
Really?
a few months ago. Where there was like this video released where he was like being interviewed by this lady, and she looked like she was kind of flirting with him as well, but it still was like very unbecoming because he's like got her in his lap and he's just being all grabby hands, and he's clearly like drunk off his ass or something doing this interview. And it was from years ago, but it was one of those things where I think he had commented on how people should be ashamed of themselves for doing this or that,
And then he did this or that.
Yeah. And it's like, you're just waiting every day.
Yeah.
It's like, who's it going to be now? Like, why is... I don't know. It's nuts.
Yeah.
All this stuff that's going on. Charlie Rose. That one blew my mind.
I don't know who that is.
You know the guy who... well, we watched his video where it's like Charlie Rose interviewing Charlie Rose.
Probably.
Google.
Oh, what is it?
Google.
Oh, yeah.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yahoo. That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got busted. He like apparently would invite like women back to his apartment, and then he would just, when they'd be working on something, he would just casually like get in the shower and like walk out to where they were like with a robe on, just undone, and just like wait for them to... It's like, dude, you're like 75 years old.
Right.
No one wants to see that.
Right.
And
I saw, as I was leaving my grandma's house today, somebody was on the news about, like, having shit come out. And it was like, he was like an anchor or something. It wasn't a celebrity, but it was a name that I'd heard before.
It was the dude, Matt Lauer.
That's it.
Yeah, that just came out yesterday, I think. He had apparently given a female coworker a dildo. Like, he bought her a gift, and she opened it, and there was just like a dildo inside.
I heard, the way they were saying on the news right as I was leaving, that he just, like, some chick came to him, like, in his office or something, and he just, like, bent her over the desk and fucked her, and then she passed out, and then he was like, somebody come take her to the nurse.
I didn't hear that part.
That's what they were saying on the news, was like, something happened, and he just, like, I guess, just, like, raped this chick in it, somewhere, and then they were just like, and he was just like, all right, well, something happened, I don't know what happened, take her to the nurse, and it's like, disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think, I'm not mad, like, will I be upset if, like, there are certain celebrities that it comes out against?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, like, I'd be upset if, like, Mark Hamill was proven to have some sexual misconduct or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be upset about that. I'd probably, like, it'd be hard, but I'd, try to kind of, like, stop supporting him or whatever, but...
Mm-hmm.
But I think... I don't think that every single person just, like, deserves to have their career just, like, completely fucked.
Yeah.
But I think that it's good that there is some, like, reform going on.
Well, I'd say it, just like in the court system, it depends on the severity of what you're talking about. Clearly, rape is much more disgusting than someone handing someone a dildo that they didn't want.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
they're both clearly inappropriate, but one is much worse than the other.
Or like if Affleck had, like, been much more aggressive than just being drunk and grabby hands.
Yeah.
Like, neither one is a good thing to do.
Well, I would say in Affleck's, from watching the video, it just looked more unprofessional.
Right.
Because she was, like, giggling and, like, kind of doing the same thing with him a little bit, so it's like, well, this is just not something you should probably be doing on like a TV interview. You know,
Right,
like,
right. You shouldn't be doing this on camera.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna flirt and be
Yeah.
whatever.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they turned the camera off and like went and had
Banged.
relations.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but still, you know, you're
But
like,
that's fine. Like, if she wants to do that, like,
yeah, if she wants to, right? But if she would have been like,
hey, cut it out.
stop, you know.
Yeah.
And so there, these things are not all the same, but a lot of really perverted, sick people are being exposed, and that's good.
Yeah.
I think that what you're seeing is probably the reason it seems to like have this domino effect is probably because you're dealing with a group of people who think they can get away with this stuff, and I feel like a lot of them probably know each other doing it, and so now it's just like that little circle of people at the top are starting to like have their power slip out from under them. And
Well, I read, and I was reading an article in Entertainment Weekly, and it was like a lot of anonymous quotes from people, but there were a couple quotes from actors saying that like they pretty much knew Harvey Weinstein was a sleazeball, but they kind of just were like, that's Hollywood, you know. But yeah, his whole career is fucked, which is cool. For real, is cool. Like, I think he deserves it.
yeah, if you've been using that leverage for like 30 years to
you deserve to never be in a position to leverage that ever again. But like I said, you know, it depends on the severity of like what's going on, but I'm overall in support of a lot of these people being exposed and you know, new kind of standards being set. I'm very, very, very much in favor of that.
To me, I don't even know if the standards are new. It's just that people in prestigious, air quote, prestigious positions are being exposed.
Yeah.
Because this stuff that's coming out is stuff that everyday people are like scratching their heads about. Like the Charlie Rose thing, or like Matt Lauer, another thing that I heard he did was like he called like a lady into his office and just stood up and like dropped his pants. It's like, it's nothing new that's an idiotic thing to do.
Right.
And it's wrong. You know, like all it is someone thinks they can get away with it.
Right.
You know, and to the average person, I don't think that it's a revelation to know that that's not what you do to a coworker.
I just mean there's reform going on in like, I think a lot of that the mentality of the higher ups of Hollywood is that they can just get away with it, and for a long time they did get away with it. And so I think the reform is more like, not that people are, you know, not that they don't know it's a dumb thing to do, but people are more willing to say no. Because those people were just like, if you don't do this, you won't make it. But now there are things being done to where you don't have to do those things to make it anymore. Like, I know Kathleen Kennedy of Star Wars, the president of Star Wars and Lucasfilm or whatever, she has been working really hard to like set up, you know, new like basic like guidelines for like, I don't know exactly what. I'd have to decency. I'd have to reread the article, but she like fights for that kind of stuff a lot. You know, and I'm sure runs Lucasfilm in a very fair and equal opportunity for all type of environment. I mean, she's the fucking president of Lucasfilm, you know, like, she is in charge. So so she's cool. I like her a lot. Yeah. Well, yeah.
We need a bottle opener.
Oh, God.
We need a bottle opener, folks.
Lindsay says she's dying. She's dying so hard.
Oh no, why?
She took her first boxing lesson yesterday.
How did that go?
Well, she puked.
She puked?
Which apparently means you're doing it right.
Well, that's good. She's working.
But she said her whole body is jelly today.
It's good, so she actually got a good workout.
Yep, exactly. That's
what you want.
But she wants me to come home relatively early because she's hungry and doesn't want to walk down the stairs.
Oh.
Because it is too painful.
Should tell her to walk it out.
I'll walk it out. No, I told her I'd go. I told her I'd make her food, so she's like, you know.
Well, we're pouring the Avery Brewing Company's Tweak beer. This is the same company who made the Rumpkin.
Yeah.
You might remember us enjoying that one.
I think that was the night. Was that the night that we had the extra like half hour on the cast and played video games?
It might have been.
Probably. Because we were eating Halloween candy.
Yeah.
I was super drunk. I got my first horror pack in the mail the other day.
Is that like a loot crate for horror?
Yes, but you just get 4 Blu-rays every month.
Oh.
So, that was super cool, super fun. Cheers.
Cheers.
What is this called? Tweak?
What? Yeah.
Avery Brewing?
Tweak. Stout with coffee added.
I'm already like... Aged in bourbon barrels. Alcohol by volume 16%.
So cheers.
Cheers. That's good. It tastes less alcohol-y than the Rumpkin. I feel like the Rumpkin had a really strong bite on it.
It did.
This one does, but
if you don't take too big of a drink, it's like you can escape the bite.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. If you're looking to get like,
wasted, screwed
up. Does anyone say that?
Screwed up?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like,
because saying that.
I got fucking screwed up.
I got screwed up last night, man.
I don't know. Like, yes, but also that just makes. Well, I mean,
is it too sexy? Does it make you think that like you got?
No, it just makes you think like you made a mistake. Like, which I guess if you're super drunk, it's kind of a mistake, but
yeah,
it doesn't always have to be a mistake, you know?
No, it doesn't have to be. But like I said, that it also has a sexual connotation to it.
A little, yeah.
I got screwed up last night.
Yeah.
How about I like pissed.
Pissed? I got pissed?
Yeah, it's like an English thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I pissed drunk. I know that,
but they just say like, got fucking pissed. Oh, look at him, he's fucking pissed.
That's funny.
Speaking of which, I read last night, our friend Connor, he was apparently like involved in a bar fight in Ireland and accidentally ended up punching the father. This dude, like, they call him the Wig. That's like his nickname.
Yeah.
And he's like the father of this notorious, no pun intended, because that's Conor McGregor's nickname. A notorious Irish hitman in like their biggest crime family. And
so he punched the father of one of Ireland's mafia hitmen.
Yeah. And that like he's apparently in really deep shit right now and was being advised to like maybe leave the country because
Ireland?
Yeah, because the Irish mafia is still like super duper don't fuck with them. The only thing saving him is probably the fact of who he is, because if they did do something to him besides extort him for money, then that would draw unwanted attention.
Right.
So but the guy's literally like I think he's involved. Like you can look him up. The news has written about him and shit in Ireland about how he's like, you know, this dude's son is involved in like 6 big name hits in the past like 2 years or something like that.
Sometimes it's like the world out there is just like, it's a movie. Like
it is. It's a Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah.
Like
you watch John Wick and you're just like, pah, pah. And then you hear about this kind of shit. Oh, Conor McGregor punches the father of one of Ireland's most well-known hitmen.
Yeah.
He's been involved in the assassination of 6 high-profile like candidates or whatever over the last 2 years. It's like, what world is this? Like,
yeah,
you know, I mean, it's like it's the same as we were just talking about being a celebrity and like all that kind of stuff. It's like that's a whole world that I'm just not part of.
Yeah.
You know, it's got its own thing that goes on in California. Like being an actor in Hollywood has its own just like shit.
Yeah.
And I am not a part of that world. Just like I am not a part of the fucking Irish mafia, but it's a real thing. And they really like have John Wick apparently, who just goes around fucking assassinating people.
Makes you wonder if like that hotel they have.
Yeah,
it's
the
like,
Continental.
Yeah, it's like I wonder if there is a place like that. I feel like there probably is.
Yeah, where you can just go and pay fucking gold coins that you get from killing people and doing people favors. You just like pay gold coins and that's your currency for the fucking hitmen. Yeah. Sometimes when I think about like all the stuff that could be in the world, sometimes I feel like, damn, I'm just not living to my full potential. I could be a fucking hitman, you know? Like I could wear a black suit 24/7 and fingerless leather gloves and be able to kill people in like 18 different ways with a pencil.
Like that's something that humans can learn how to do.
Yeah. It is absolutely 100% possible for you to learn how to do that. It's just like doing it and then I guess putting it into practice, but that's not...
There's a whole lot that comes along with that.
Yeah, there's a lot that comes along with putting it into practice, but like just imagine, you know... Oh, like another example is like, you know, Lindsay and I were talking about this. The Prince of England just got engaged.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
To a biracial American woman.
Mm-hmm.
They like got engaged. And I'm just like, what? Like, how? How did, you know, and I watched a video about how they got introduced. Turns out she does act on like, she's on Suits, the TV show. Okay. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how big her role is on that show. But I watched a video of them talking about how they met and they were just like, oh yeah, we were introduced by a mutual friend. I'm like, who the fuck is pals with the chick from Suits and the fucking Prince of England?
Someone.
Like, exactly.
They have to have friends.
Exactly.
You know?
Like, somebody out there can just call the Prince of England
Yeah.
and be like, hey, buddy, what's going on? It's like, that's a world that I just don't understand, you know?
And there are probably people like loosely associated with them who could call them but don't. You know, it makes me think of like, I'm sure that there are like Bootsy Collins super duper fans in the world who have like shrines built to that guy, who probably have like all of his albums and they've got like his replica basses and the star sunglasses and all that shit. And like, you know, it's like my dad was in his band, and like if I asked my dad, oh, could you please like just let me talk to him on the phone sometime, he could do it. Like he's got his phone number, but it's just like,
he's not just gonna call up Bootsy Collins.
and I'm not like starstruck that much because I've been to one of their shows and like he's walked right by and it's just like, oh, that's the guy that my dad plays in the band with, you know? And I'm not like a huge funk aficionado, so it's like, yeah, it's cool, but
Yeah.
there are people out there who can't imagine what it would be like if you could just meet him, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like all these people who are celebrities, they've got people around them who are just used to being there in
Yeah.
one way or another, and it's just like, oh no, it's just whatever his name is or whoever. It's,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I know. I get it. I know that.
yeah.
But it's still just crazy to think. You know, it's still just...
I mean, fuck. I've told you this before. Like, Jess's mom used to be Woody Harrelson's stepsister.
Yeah.
Like, they lived together for years, like, when they were growing up.
Uh-huh.
And he was just like, she thought he was just kind of he acted like a douche a lot, you know? I think he was just like a typical teenager, you know?
Yeah.
Not like a horrible person or anything, but just like, oh, Woody was just kind of like, you know, he was a little bit older, but he lived at their house. It's like, you know,
That's funny.
it's just, these people exist.
Yeah, they just exist. It's just weird. Well, it's like, you know, even on like Lindsay has, I think she has Teresa Sharp's cell phone number,
Mhm.
personal phone number.
Yeah.
And for her, she, you know, that's like the biggest celebrity in tattooing for her. She's got her phone number,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like Teresa has said, oh, anytime you want anything, like just text me or just call the shop and just tell them you're the Black Swan girl and they'll make sure you get an appointment, like whatever. You know, she doesn't do it. She's got Timmy B's personal cell phone number too. But it's just like that's the same thing as like me having Kane Hodder's phone number.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I've got a direct, if I really, really probably wanted to, I have a direct link to people in Behind the Mask because my friend Christy like works for Glen Echo Entertainment, which is, you know, the people that made Behind the Mask. I'm sure she, maybe not regularly, but she has like Nathan Basil, Leslie Vernon. She has his phone number. Scott Glossman, the director, like she has his phone number, I think.
And because of that, I bet if you needed to, if you begged and pleaded, you might be able to like set up a personal meeting with Andrew Lincoln within like the next month, if you really had to make it happen.
Yeah.
Like if someone threatened you. And,
I
like,
somehow could probably get, yeah.
Because Behind the Mask, Herschel.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
he could.
That's true. You're right. You're right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because Scott Wilson, right?
Is that his name?
I think so. Scott Wilson played Eugene in Behind the Mask,
Mm-hmm.
and then Herschel in Walking Dead. You know, did I ever tell you the one time I don't know if it was when I met him or when Lindsay and I met him. I think it was when I just met him myself. I met Scott Wilson at Horror Hound in Cincinnati, and Christy, my friend, was there, and I was a couple people away from meeting him, but she came up to the table, just like outside the line, and just like leaned over to Scott and was like, "Hey, I have Nathan on the phone. Like, do you want to talk to him?" And he was just like, "Oh yeah, yeah," because so you just had Nathan Basil was just like talking to Scott Wilson on the phone, just super cool. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I haven't seen you in so long. That kind of shit.
Speaking of which, what did you think of Herschel?
I mean, I liked his character. I thought, he's a very strong, just kind of do-gooder. I was relieved when he kind of turned to Rick's side, because he fought him for so long, and I was just like, and I knew that he was going to because I had seen past it, but when I was rewatching it, I was just like, oh my god, just like, and then I think once he makes that transition, he's a really good character, valuable, perfect father figure for like everybody. But
have you gotten any further?
Beth is in the hospital, and so Daryl and Carol just got hit by a car. She's in the hospital. Daryl is with and then Rick, Michonne, and everybody did go back to Atlanta, and they've got the cops, and they're trying to figure out how to make a trade for Beth.
They met Gabriel yet?
Yeah, the priest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gabriel is back at the church with Carl, Tyrese, maybe one other. What? Judith. Yeah, Judith. Glenn and Maggie are with Abraham and Eugene.
Do you like Abraham and Eugene?
He's all right. They just found out. This is spoilers, by the way. Fuck you. It's only season 5. They just found out Eugene isn't a scientist, and that he lied about DC and everything.
Did you see that coming?
No, but I didn't think that they were going to ever get to DC, so there had to be something. I just was like waiting. I was honestly waiting for Eugene to die.
Oh.
And I will say, what's Abraham's like girlfriend's name? Like Rosalita or something?
Yeah.
Hottest girl in the whole show. Definitely, in my opinion. It's like, I don't know why everybody like pays attention to Maggie and I guess even Michonne and Maggie and Michonne. But like, I don't know why no one's talking about Rosalita, because she's fine.
Oh. Yeah, I can't wait for you to get caught up.
I guess we're getting close. We're,
trucking along.
Yeah, we're just trucking along. It's good. Yeah, just kind of like waiting for shit to happen right now. Gabriel was like pulling up floorboards and escaped like under the church or something, and I don't know why. They gave him a machete and then he ran out.
Did you get like his backstory yet?
I know he, like, during the outbreak, he went to the church and people came to the church and he didn't let anybody in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why the side of the church says you'll burn for this. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, this season's really good.
The new season? Yeah.
There are only 2 more episodes until they're on their little break.
Mid-season finale. All crazy shit always goes down in the mid-season.
Yeah. What else? I think I was going to tell you something earlier. I don't remember now. I lost it. Oh, I know what I was going to do. This might be fun for a few minutes. Just for fun. I thought we could just go live on Facebook.
Okay.
For a few minutes. Just to see.
Can you do that from your phone?
Yeah, that's what I did that one
Oh, that's
night.
right, you did. Yeah.
Live video. Here
Oh
we go.
my god. Man, I really feel like turn this off. Just like, I don't know, like nothing's happening.
I don't know what's going on there.
Super Divorce is live now. I just got the notification on my phone. Hello, it's Bender.
Hi.
We're drinking. And we're podcasting currently, so we are right now podcasting, as you may...
Oh no. What? I didn't mean to do that.
What was that?
It was going to end the video.
No.
I can't turn my phone when I'm recording.
That's lame.
That's very
So we're recording the podcast currently, and we're also living right now. You should get a little, like I don't know, can we just like prop it up against the TV?
We could, if we get in a place where it would be conducive to, let's see. How about that?
Hopefully it doesn't fall.
Yeah, so we're live. We're recording our weekly podcast
Yeah.
that will be available to listen to tomorrow.
Yeah, and I mean, like we've been talking for a while now. We talked about Walking Dead. Just now, we finished talking about Walking Dead. We talked about the Book of Revelations earlier. Like,
We
I don't
did.
know.
About the graphic novel version.
Yeah, that we want to happen. We want Kevin Smith to write it. I'm going to try to get more positioned here.
Bender's going to try and get more positioned.
You guys want to see my butt?
Oh.
We're being
Yeah?
knocked.
Someone's knocking.
Someone's knocking.
Rap at the door. There's a rap at the door.
I think Jess is trying to get him. It's
There are people rapping.
Oh, okay, hi.
Hi.
There's a couple people watching. Hello to the people watching.
What?
Uh,
What's going on?
Laz wants to be on the podcast.
Oh, well, he can't come on now.
No, I know. Now he's crying.
Well, that's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah. So, what else is going on?
Can you hear the crying? There's crying. There's crying happening.
Yeah, it's a boy.
It's a crying boy.
A crying boy.
Crying boy rapping at the door.
Poor boy.
Do you like a po' boy sandwich?
Hmm?
Yeah.
I can't immediately think of what is on a po' boy.
Typically, it's like
It's like a deli sandwich, isn't it?
it's shrimp. It's like a bayou sandwich.
Oh, I'd still eat it then, yeah.
It's like shrimp and sauce.
Is that the only thing a po' boy is? Just shrimp?
Does
I feel
anyone?
like
I mean, I don't know.
I'm
it's
just a
got
po' boy. Nobody loves me.
A po' boy typically has shrimp on it.
Okay,
I know that.
I believe it.
If you know what else comes on a po' boy,
Let us
I don't know.
You know.
Right now we're gonna go. I'm just gonna ask if anyone watching knows what a po' boy is.
Oh, hey Timmy, what's going on, dude?
If you don't know and you wanna, you could always Google it
Google it.
or wiki it.
I'm just a po' boy. I'm only a sandwich. Okay. Google.
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 Okay. Po' boy sandwich.
Po' boy sandwich. Shrimp.
Scrimp po' boy.
Yeah,
A
it comes
po'
on that.
boy. Yeah, a po' boy is a traditional sandwich from Louisiana. It almost always consists of meat, which is usually sloppy roast beef or fried seafood that includes shrimp, crawfish, oysters, and crab.
Roast beef.
So I'm sure that I've seen a po' boy before, but it has been a
roast beef.
Of the beefy variety. See, beef po' boy right there.
I've only ever seen the seafood po' boy.
Well, that almost looks better than the beef po' boy.
I wonder why it's even called a po' boy.
Whoa, and then there's the poor boy sandwich too.
Is it different?
Yes. A poor boy sandwich is more of a deli sandwich.
I feel like if you said, give me a poor boy, they'd be like, you mean po' boy?
No, a original poor boy modifications. The poor boy sandwich originated in the French market in 1922 during a streetcar strike. The Martin Bros came up with a 40-inch long sandwich on a French roll. The coffee stand was packed with locals buying the sandwich. Whenever one of the striking streetcar workers came up to the stand, Benny Martin would say, "Here comes another poor boy," and he would give him the sandwich for free.
That's a great story.
Yeah, it's a poor boy sandwich.
So did the well, now I have to know where the po' boy came from.
Sometimes it's referred to as a grinder, a bomber, or a sub. Call it what you will, but it all started with the po' boy. It all started with the po' boy. Now I gotta know too. I hope you guys are entertained by us discovering the history of the po' boy sandwich. History. Yeah.
Po' boy history.
Referred to as the ancestor of the poor boy in the late 1800s, fried oyster sandwiches on French loaves were known in New Orleans and San Francisco as oyster loaves, a term still in use. A sandwich containing both fried shrimp and fried oysters is often called a peacemaker.
Peacemaker. Now there's a name I haven't heard before. Now why did they call it a peacemaker?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
People were fighting, and then someone was like, "Hey, look at this sandwich. I piled on all of this fresh seafood."
Wikipedia wants me to pay to use it. I'm not going to do that.
Pay to use Wikipedia?
That's what it just did.
When did that happen?
It just, hold on, look. Hi, reader in the US. You use Wikipedia a lot. That's great. Today we ask you to help.
Well, you don't have to. You can keep scrolling.
Well, okay, but it was more like there was a lot more in it was my whole phone. My whole phone was like, "Yo, pay for this."
He wanted to tell you goodnight real fast.
Okay.
Sorry for interrupting.
That's all right. Good night. Good night.
I love you.
I love you.
Love you too. Tell everyone good night.
Good night.
Say good night, listeners.
Good night, listeners. Good night, chefs.
There you go.
Good night, Laz.
Tell Bender good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Yep.
Po' boy, also po' boy, and po' boy. Look at this. A po' boy, also po' boy, po' boy.
Just one with a hyphen, one without a hyphen.
One with an apostrophe. Origins of the term. There are countless stories as to the origin of the term po' boy. A popular local theory claims that po' boy, as specifically referring to a type of sandwich, was coined in a New Orleans restaurant owned by Benny and Clovis Martin.
Clovis, huh?
Clovis. Originally from Raceland, Louisiana, former streetcar conductors. In 1929, during a 4-month strike against the streetcar company, the Martin brothers served their former colleagues free sandwiches. Martin's restaurant workers jokingly referred to the strikers as poor boys, and soon the sandwich themselves took on the name. In Louisiana dialect, this is naturally shortened to po' boy. So that's literally a poor boy sandwich.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing, just different. But the one poor boy recipe was like meats and cheeses and lettuce and tomatoes, and the po' boy is often shrimp and oysters. So which the fuck one was it?
I feel like it's easier to get a hold of shrimp and oysters, and easier to prepare them. You just go fishing, or you scoop
well,
up.
I mean, yeah, like if you're in Louisiana.
Yeah. If you're near the ocean, the po' boy makes more sense for it to be seafood.
Variations. Authentic versions of Louisiana-style po' boys can be found along the Gulf Coast from Houston through the Florida Panhandle. The term po' boy has spread further and can be found in the South Atlantic states and in California, where it may instead refer to local variations on the submarine sandwich.
Mm.
In New Orleans, Vietnamese po' boy is another name for the banh mi. Banh mi? I don't know.
Is it B-O-N?
No, B-A-H-N. B-A with an A with a thingy.
Oh, okay.
This Vietnamese sandwich can be found in stores and restaurants throughout the city. For example, at Dong Phuong Oriental Bakery. Owing to the influence of Vietnamese immigrants, that doesn't mean I want to go to the Wikipedia page for Dong Phuong Oriental Bakery.
I asked,
Look at that, Dong Phuong.
Dong Phuong Oriental Bakery. Where is this? New Orleans? Nolans?
Dong Phuong literally means the Orient.
Hmm.
Yep, New Orleans, Louisiana. It supplies the baguette-style bread for many of the city's restaurants that offer banh mi or whatever, or other sandwiches.
Hmm.
It has its own popular banh mi counter.
Informative.
Yeah. This is a very informative Facebook Live. We're talking about the po' boy sandwich and its origins in Louisiana. Louisiana.
Who's joined us?
Let's see. Jake Allison joined us.
What's up, bud?
Oh, he said 16E Bros.
Hey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're like, that's so cool. Somebody just like commented on our Facebook Live feed. Super awesome. We're glad to have you. We're podcasting currently and streaming Facebook Live, so it's
eventually this is going to move. We're going to do the streaming live thing.
Cheers to you too.
Cheers. That's my cousin,
Oh,
by the way.
well, it's still really cool.
It is really cool because I didn't. It was a non-solicited thing.
Yeah.
So, cheers. He actually called me last night.
Really?
Jake, I hope it's okay that I relay this. But he just called me to let me know how much he enjoyed the album.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah. And it's not like his type of music, really.
Oh.
So he said he was skeptical going.
Yeah.
He admitted that. So, but he told me that it put a smile on his face. Good music to listen to.
That's what we're looking for. That's all we want is to put smiles on people's faces.
That's what we want. Smiles on faces. Smiles on Facebook.
Smiles on Facebook. Laugh reacts only.
So yeah, we're this is good. I hear that Facebook rewards live streaming these days.
Do they?
They're putting streaming video higher up in the algorithm.
Okay.
And they're rewarding people who are streaming. So
All right. So we're going to start streaming then.
yeah, you got to play the game.
Yeah. Gotta play to win.
Yeah, we're playing to win.
And Facebook makes it difficult. But if this is how we're going to do it, it's how we're going to do it.
Yeah. So, fine. Fine.
Fuck you, Facebook. No, but seriously. I really like this whole, the streaming thing is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hold on a second.
Okay.
Hey, you're live on the Super Divorce Supercast and Super Divorce Facebook live streaming.
I'm gonna hang up.
we're just kind of like finishing up and stuff.
Okay.
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 I will be home soon to make you food. Pick out what you want to eat. Well, if you can even make it downstairs.
I cannot.
Okay. I'll see you soon, alright? I'll call you when I leave.
Okay.
Okay, love you, bye.
I love you, bye.
Who joined?
That's my grandma.
Oh, that's so awesome.
That's my Nina. I call her Nina. I always have.
Hi, Nina.
Hi. This she knows. This is a not safe for work show.
Yo, yeah.
So it's not safe for work. But when I was talking to her on the phone earlier, I said the word shit. So
Oh God.
I said it. I said it.
Did you ever see my Facebook post about my grandma and
know.
cussing?
I don't know.
My grandma's so funny. Like, she doesn't cuss, like, almost ever, you know? Except, like, when she's doing Sudoku in the morning.
Yeah.
So, like, one morning, I was having breakfast. She makes me breakfast, and she's the best. But I was having breakfast, and she was sitting across from me at her little, she has one of those, like, only 3 people can sit at, like, a kitchen table, A breakfast nook.
A breakfast nook?
Yeah.
A kitchenette?
Yeah, a kitchenette. She's got, like, her, and then there's an island, and then there's a little right by the stairs, and it's the, the breakfast nook. Anyways, we're sitting down at the table, and she's got her newspaper, and she's doing the Sudoku, and it's, like, quiet, like, I'm just eating and, like, scrolling Facebook, and she's doing the Sudoku, and then all of a sudden I just hear, shit, that doesn't go there. Like, she doesn't cuss any other time except, like, when she's doing fucking Sudoku.
Just Sudoku.
Shit, that doesn't go there.
It's frustrating.
It's so funny. She's so funny. But, yeah.
Do you ever do Sudoku?
No.
No?
I will take the paper and do the word search, though. Not the crossword.
Not crossword
but the
puzzles.
word search.
Do you not like crossword puzzles either?
Not particularly. The clues are hard in the newspaper.
They are.
Like, if you give me a crossword puzzle and you're like, okay, this is a specific topic,
Like the crossword puzzle on, like, the kids' menu at Red Robin or something.
And it's all about burgers.
Yeah.
It's just like ketchup, lettuce, patty, bun, sesame, mustard, onion. Like, if that's your type of crossword, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
But if it's like, I don't know, third brother on Cheers, I'm like, what the? I don't fucking know that. Like, I've never seen Cheers. Who has brothers? Which actor is it? I don't know.
Ted Danson.
Ted Danson is the answer. Yeah, I don't do newspaper crosswords. But the word search, because it's like one of those you have to search, and then the remaining letters in the word search make up a word, so you get like a clue.
It's like a puzzle.
Yeah, it's still a puzzle. And it's hard because the words are like backwards.
They can go backwards, diagonal.
Yeah.
And
then like,
really tricky.
and then there's like, it'll be one word that you circle, but then those letters aren't necessarily eliminated. Sometimes there'll be like another word within that word, or words will like overlap like this, and that's really tricky to spot. It took me like 30 minutes to do the last one I did.
You know what would be really tricky is if they made a crossword puzzle where some of the words were in a circle.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't like. That'd be hard.
No,
Too much.
You wouldn't do that?
I don't like that.
Wouldn't even try it?
I'd try it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like word searches are fun. Because it's like if you just narrow down eventually, if you just like go line by line and go, okay, I need like an A and R together.
Yeah.
You know? And then you just find like the 3 places in the puzzle that A and R are next to each other. Like one of them has to be the damn word.
Yeah. I've never seen a circle crossword puzzle though.
I feel like it's
Or
because
not crossword, word search.
you can't, because there'd have to be like a middle letter. So like you can't circle a circle word and then like leave out this middle letter.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
If you set it up in such a way where there were enough letters, you know, it wouldn't be a perfect circle, but it's like,
be a hexagon or something.
yeah, I don't know. You'd have to,
Because I think of crosswords like on a grid,
yeah.
you know, so you can't
Yeah.
like make it. I mean, you can, but
But if it was like the top, like the top and the bottom and the sides, if you will, even though a circle doesn't really have those things, it could still be like it's diagonal for so many up, and then you have like 3 straight, and then diagonal.
that's
for 3
like.
down.
But then you're like your
So it's not a
puzzle. Your
circle.
puzzle would
It's-
have to be like this big though. If you're gonna go 3 up and 2 over and 3
Yeah.
down, and it would have to be like a giant puzzle.
Yeah, it would be a giant puzzle.
So you're like, what if like one of those like wall crosswords? You ever seen those?
I've never seen those.
They sell them in like Sky Mall.
Yeah,
It's like a fucking huge poster that's just a giant crossword.
someone
I'd buy
else
one.
here.
Who else is here? Robert Allen.
That's my poppy.
All the Allens.
Yeah.
Just all of them joining in.
Hello. If you're listening right now on the podcast, take note,
Yeah.
because I guess we're just going to start doing this because it's.
I guess
good.
so. I guess we're just going to podcast and stream at the same time.
And then if you catch it, cool. And then, you know. Then
Should
you
we remind your poppy that this is a not safe for work show?
can- well, they're in the same place.
They probably, I guess,
Yeah.
they're probably
Yeah.
together.
The-
I would assume.
I would assume that Poppy's on the couch and Nina's in the chair
Oh, okay.
across the room.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Both watching. Yeah.
And the TV's on
Uh-huh.
as well.
What are you guys watching?
What's on the TV?
Tell us what you're watching if you're watching anything besides us.
The news is a news channel.
My grandma watches news like fucking constantly. That it's like news Ohio State football.
Lazarus tells me that they always want to watch the news. So we'll see.
I share this with my friends. if we need anything else, just let him know. Just let Poppy know.
No, that's Jake.
Oh, I don't know what I don't. I
Jake.
can't keep him
Jake's
straight.
my cousin.
Jake's your cousin. Robert's your Poppy, and Connie. And Connie is your
Grant, my Nina.
Nina.
Yeah,
Poppy and Nina.
yeah.
All right.
And Jake is my
And
cousin.
Jake's your cousin.
Yeah.
Nobody from my family is fucking watching.
Where are they, man?
I don't know. Despite my dad like probably always being on. Well, he's always on his phone. He's not always on Facebook.
Why is your family supporting you?
They hate me.
No,
They
they
don't.
don't.
My mom's like number one Super Divorce supporter.
Always at the shows.
Always.
And,
Can I watch myself
yeah.
watch us live? I can.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's like delayed a little bit.
Mhm. Just a little delayed.
I'm watching myself live on Facebook Live.
You're watching.
Say something so Super Divorce knows you're here. I'm here. Okay. All right, we're gonna stop.
Okay.
So should we wrap up the cast and the
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
For this week. But we'll be back next time.
And we'll be back for the outro.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can stick around for the outro.
Yeah,
We
you
won't
guys
cut
will.
the feed yet.
No, we're not gonna cut it.
But for this audio section,
Yeah.
the audio section
Is now complete. Please flip the tape.
We should do a storybook for every episode.
Please flip the tape.
Then like a light tone. Boop.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you hear this sound,
Please flip the tape.
okay, well, stick around for the outro.
Yeah.
Another episode in the bag. What was that?
Where's the podcast, Jake, is on SoundCloud
Or superdivorceme.com
or YouTube.
slash.
Yeah.
This is the easiest way.
Easiest way, sorry. Go for it.
superdivorceme.com slash podcast.
Boom. There you go.
Every week, every episode, a new episode every Friday.
Yep.
Every week. And also,
And ma'am. And then.
and if you go to YouTube and you subscribe to our channel, we also post a video version of that week's podcast. And we're in the process of uploading the entire back catalog of Supercasts.
Yeah.
We're about halfway through,
Ooh.
so it takes a while.
Yeah.
I'll explain this quickly, but every episode that I have to drag into the editing program to create a video file takes about a half hour to create one episode. And then about another half hour to 45 minutes to upload that to YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's taken a while to get through the catalog, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
Eventually we'll be all caught up. And then if you subscribe, you'll see on your YouTube channel, under your subscriptions, we'll have like an alert pop up for you, and you'll see, hey, there's a new episode I can listen to on YouTube as well.
Yep.
And you can also subscribe on iTunes. We're on there if you just search for Super Divorce Supercast. So we've made it pretty accessible.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's on. Yeah, it's all. It's
But the
all
main
over
thing to
place.
remember is every Friday.
Yep, every Friday, a brand new episode. Right now, obviously, it's Thursday, so we record a day ahead, and then you get a brand new episode. We also record Super Divorce Gets Beer on Thursdays, and then we drink the beer on the podcast. It's a great time.
It is.
So fun.
It's all inclusive.
It's all inclusive. It's about to get more inclusive because, I'm beating this horse to death, but we're gonna start streaming the podcast,
You know another good thing about that?
which is super fun.
They say that another thing that Facebook likes, another thing Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, Daniel. Daniel is on.
Hey, what's up, Dan?
Hello, Dan.
Unfortunately, joining us just before we're about to leave for the evening.
I know.
But this is good incentive to come back next week.
Yep.
Um,
Because here we'll be.
here we will be, and but I was going to say, Zuckerberg he's rewarding people for live streaming 45 minutes or longer.
Oh.
That's like another bonus.
Well, we will easily meet that mark.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
we've got it.
We got it.
We're figuring this Facebook thing out, staying on top of it. So
It's going. That was that the sparkle you saw?
I think it was.
The little hearts and likes?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, make sure to check us out again all across the internet. Like Nick said, start at superdivorceme.com. You can do that /podcast and listen to what you're watching right now.
superdivorceme.com/store.
And buy all of our cool shit
Mm-hmm.
because we have a lot of it, and we're probably going to add more. I mean, we're definitely going to
are
add
gonna-
vinyls.
Yeah, vinyls.
We're going to
are
have
coming
vinyls,
soon,
and then we're brainstorming a lot of other products.
we have a few T-shirts left as well
Oh.
from this run.
Oh.
So if you want one of those, we already have sold out of extra larges. If that's your size, I'm sorry, but we're
sold out.
sold out of extra larges. XLs are
Let me
done.
grab one. Grab one. We can show
let's
them
show
on.
one.
We can show one right here.
There's a Super Divorce Rules T-shirt.
Boom.
That, of course, is inspired by the main character from Monster Squad. He wears a
Yeah.
Stephen King Rules T-shirt, and
Yeah.
that's what we modeled it off of. So you can get one of those. You should get one of those.
Yeah. So pick one of those up. Make sure to follow us on Facebook.com/superdivorce, Twitter at Super Divorce, Instagram at Super Divorce Band. Did I forget something?
That's it.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram at BenderButt and on Twitter at BenderButts.
If you want to follow me, just look up Nicholas Villars, NicholasVillars, wherever you go. And if I'm there, then follow me. And if I'm not, then that means I don't have an account at that particular place. So, with that, I hope you looked forward to this episode.
Yep, and we hope you look forward to the next episode next week.
Yeah.
Bye, chefs.
Bye.
Super Divorce.